Okay, we are live. And I'm alive. How's everybody doing? Sawatdee ton chow. So today we're going to be talking about those expats. You know the ones who are always talking about, I'm leaving. I've had enough of this place. It's too much for me. I can't handle it anymore. I hear that all the time from people. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I want to try to keep it a little bit positive, on a positive note. But first, before we get started into that subject, I got to talk about taxing. You know, he took off. He went to Singapore, and supposedly his flight got rerouted to Dubai. Now, I find that hard to believe, and you could check pretty easily. It might be true, who knows? And I don't know why he was going to the airport that he was going. Maybe he had a private jet, I don't know. It's possible. But he was not going to Changi Airport. He was going to another airport. And so, you know, I had said, this guy is so arrogant that he's coming back. He's going to face the music because he thinks he's going to beat it. He's not guilty. He'll get off. There is no problem. Good morning, everybody. So he thinks that, you know, he's getting off. I mean, even if he, I got to go to the hospital, you know, and he gets house arrest for 2 weeks. You know, the guy's not doing so bad. So, you know, I mean, I thought, well, he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna run, and I don't know, maybe he is running now, and there is speculation because he's supposed to get his court ruling on Tuesday. Now he said he's coming back on Monday. He was claiming he was traveling for medical treatment in Singapore. Then he later announced via social media, because you see, he has to tell everybody what he's doing because he's so full of himself. He has to tell people, listen, I understand maybe, you know, you're so important. You feel you're so important. He's not that important. Honestly, he's not that important. He has no bearing in politics other than behind the scenes now, which I think we know behind the scenes he was probably pulling the strings of his daughter. But he said because of delays at Thai immigration and the closing hours of Singapore's Seletar Airport, he insists that they rerouted the flight to Dubai first. Now, why would you reroute a flight to Dubai? And why would you fly to Seletar Airport instead of Changi? But he insists he intends on returning on Monday ahead of his ruling. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court's Criminal Division for holders of political positions will hand down its judgment in a high-profile case arising from Thaksin's 6-month stay in a premium ward on the 14th floor of Police General Hospital. I'll be honest, that's not a very nice hospital. It's not the best. I don't know, maybe the 14th floor is nice, but the places that I've seen in that hospital are not all that nice, where he spent the duration of his prison sentence. In an unusual move, the court took it upon itself to look into the issue, specifically whether Thaksin's sentence was properly carried out, as he never spent a single night behind bars. Now, I don't know how much time he was supposed to get, but he did not spend a single night in jail. Give me a second here. Unbelievable. I guess, you know, now he was gone for 15 years. He just left. He just decided, I got plenty of money. I don't need to be here. I'm leaving. He left for 15 years. I was here when he was here before, and when he was prime minister. And his sentences added up to 8 years in prison. He didn't do 1 day in prison. He got it commuted by royal pardon to 1 year, and he didn't even do 1 year. He was supposed to do a year. It got cut down to 6 months, and he spent that all in the infirmary. So I'm a little bit irritated by that. I'm a little irritated, and I'm anxious to see what happens on Tuesday. Now, when am I streaming? I guess I'm streaming on Thursday. I don't know. I have to look, because I've got a bunch of streams scheduled, and I'm not sure. I think it's, the 11th. So that's on Thursday, so we'll talk about that afterwards. Something else that happened, well, just so you know, out in Pattaya, they're always getting in brawls. People are always brawling because, you mix alcohol and guys who think they can fight. And let me just tell you something. Most guys who can fight, they fight in the ring, or they fight in the octagon, or they fight where they know they can fight and get away with it. Let me tell you something. I don't know what I was thinking when I was younger, when I used to get into fights, because in the United States especially, you get into a fight now and you're found guilty, man, that's it. You're going to jail for, probably a couple of years at least. And I don't know what I was thinking. But now I think to myself, listen, I'd rather walk away. I'd rather run. Because you get into a fight, you hit the guy. First of all, you know the stories where you hit the guy, he falls down, he bangs his head on the ground, he dies. Okay. Bottom line is, you killed him. Whether it's self-defense or not, you killed him, right? So, in Pattaya, sorry, there are always fights. But apparently there was a Thai guy and his girl walking along, and this foreigner, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he was drunk, and I'm going to assume he was. But he apparently went up to the girl and started flirting with her. And then he groped her. Now, I don't know how he groped her. I have not seen the video. I tried to find it real quick. I couldn't find it. The girl was talking to her boyfriend, and the boyfriend got in the middle of it, and the guy grabbed her ass, or touched her ass, and the next thing you know, they got into a fight. Because here's the thing. Most men, if you touch their girl's ass, they're going to get into a fight with you. This is not something really that needs to happen, but it does happen. And the only thing that I can really say about this, which I just find this so outrageous, and that is that they're so concerned about their reputation of Pattaya. The witness told the Bangkok Post that she was shocked by his brazen behavior, warning that such incidents could damage Pattaya's reputation as a tourist hotspot. So you think where people go to find chicks that want to have sex with them? I mean, let's face it. A lot of guys go to Pattaya because they want to get laid. And they know they can. Now, you want to go and get laid, you're walking around in a place, you're surrounded by punani. And, you're a little too drunk, you get a little frisky. Now, why you would do it in front of the boyfriend? I know people that have done a lot of things. I know a guy who was in an elevator, and there was a guy and a girl there. He started hitting on the girl right there. He didn't care if the guy was there. And the guy said something to him. So he beat the guy up, and then he grabbed the girl and started fondling her like he was going to have sex with her. Now, the guy got up, and somehow they broke it up, and he ended up having to go to the girl, give her a substantial amount, like 500,000 baht, and apologize to her. And I don't know why he was he did what he. I know the guy. I used to know him pretty well. I haven't seen him in a long time. I think he left Thailand, but maybe he's in jail now. I'm not sure. But I just thought to myself, why would you do something like that? I mean, when you cross over and grab somebody, that's pushing it too far. I mean, even flirting with the girl in front of the boyfriend. All right, it happens. And, what are you supposed to do? You if you feel like you're going to flirt with the girl because maybe you can steal her away, well, if they're not married, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think of it now and I just go, is it really worth the trouble? I don't think so. All right. So that was another thing that happened that caught my attention. And the final thing was that there's been flooding in Bangkok. And the Bangkok MRT station near the Thailand Cultural Center was flooded. And they're showing pictures. And, it's a couple of 4 inches deep inside of the MRT station. And so that brings me to the next subject, which is the weather. Heavy rains are forecast, and more floods are forecast in Bangkok and throughout the country. But right now, I'll tell you something. I asked ChatGPT for the forecast of the Thai baht. Now, what it says is this month it should be in the low 32s. And then starting next month it should go up and it should be in the 33s to 35. And some of the places that predict what the baht, the exchange rate will be, have said that you could probably count on it being a solid 33 to 34 by the end of the year. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't like it to get below 32, ever. I like it 33 and up, and 35 and up, I'm happy, because you're getting free money. So that's what the exchange rate is right now, 32.08 Thai baht to the dollar. The air quality is 68, and you can see for in certain places, approximately 10 miles. A perfectly clear view. But the air quality is 68, temperature 79, the high of 88, so it's not all that hot really. Low of 77, and it feels like 82. And let me tell you something, I got on a motorbike today and I went, it's a little bit nippy. It's not really warm today. But the humidity was 90% when I came here. And I don't care. I don't really care. I'm not sweating. I mean, I walk around. It's been months since I've sweat from walking around outside. So the weather is pretty good. All right, now, one more thing I wanted to say. Yesterday I went shopping. I've been eating a lot of eggs. A lot of eggs, a lot of beef, a lot of lamb, a little bit of sausage. But I've been eating a pretty high protein diet, and I thought, well, we only have, the other day I made 2 egg yolks and 3 egg whites as part of my dinner that I had with salmon and I think some tomatoes and some Greek yogurt. So I thought, man, this is five eggs right here. Now I'm buying 10, 20 at a time. That's not enough because, my wife uses 3 or 4. My kid uses a couple for his protein drink. And he makes omelets. So, we may use like 10 eggs a day. So I thought I got to go get some eggs. So I go get some eggs in the grocery. I didn't go down to the market because it's a hassle. And I just didn't feel like going down there. And I mean, let's see here. They would have cost me, in the market, they would have cost me about 48 baht for 10. So for 60, they would have cost 288 baht. Now, I got egg cartons, 30 per carton. Each carton was 179 baht. These were the biggest eggs that they had, the extra large. So the price was 107. No, it was excuse me. It was, what did I say? Was it? Holy shit, I can't remember. It was 100. Okay, it was 178. So it was 378. Okay, well, it was 378 baht for 60 eggs, which is let me see here, 32,158 It's that's about 11 or 12 cents an egg, something like that. I think that's correct. I don't know. I did the math. I thought it was 179. Wait a minute. I'm just going to double it. What am I doing here? All right. So 179 was 554, or just over 9 cents an egg. So actually, that was for 30 eggs. So it was double the price. 18 cents per egg. Do we got some jackass in the comments again? Do I have to ban somebody because we got to talk about pussy? Because guys, they're so fucking, oh my God. Going off the video title, I can report most people would love to get out of America, Europe at the moment. Not sure why anyone wants to leave, LOS. Well, no, that's not what he said. He did not say anything about the girly bars or anything like that, but Outercast said, because you are a male for girly bars. He didn't say that. Must be a Demeter. Oh God. Let's not get political. Yeah, always treat people with respect. I've seen the boyfriends trail behind or in front when their Thai partners or girlfriends are walking ahead or behind. Well, listen, sometimes I walk ahead of my wife, sometimes I walk next to her, and sometimes I walk behind her. My wife walks fast. And so when I'm walking and I feel like, hey, I don't want her walking faster than me, she's got to keep up with me, I don't want to keep up with her, well, then I walk ahead of her. I try to just walk with her. And, fine. Now, what I would say is, there's a lot of people that are complaining about Thailand. That's what they do. That is what they do. Now, a lot of them, they don't ever leave. They just complain. And I understand it. I understand sometimes I complain. But I don't complain all the time because, you know what? I still love living here. And I do think about, hey, what if I lived in Ecuador? Which I think to myself, I think about the crime. And I think about being bored. Then I think, what about being in Portugal? And I think, well, maybe if I lived in Portugal, I could go all throughout Europe. We could travel a lot. And I'm like, wow. And I thought, but that's going to cost more. It's going to add to the price. And you're going to pay more in Portugal than you will in Ecuador or Thailand. So I'm very happy here. To go for a month or 3 months, great. Okay? That's fine. But I'm very happy here. Goodbye. I'm not putting up with any bullshit today. All right? Listen, we don't need that. You need some asshole coming in here calling people, oh, you must go to the girly bars. Shut up. So what if he does? It's not against the law. So what's the problem? You don't like it? Well, who cares what you think? Okay, that's how I think. If I want to go to a girly bar myself, and I'm married and got kids, and I want to go to a bar in Pattaya or Bangkok, guess what? I can do it. Now, my wife might not like it very much. I don't know. If I just did it once in a while, she'd probably be like, hey, all right, whatever. Come home at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, she'd be like, have fun? Yeah, fun. All right. That's it. But somebody stands out there with a camera. Oh, look at Malin. He's coming out of a bar. Oh, my God. Big deal. And? I always say that. And? Now what? What's the big deal? So many peckerheads in the world now, you know? Lots and lots of peckerheads. All right, let me continue. Well, I got this next segment I got to get through, but in case you don't know, I'm Scott. I am an American, and I've been living here for over 30 years. In another year, I'll have been here half my life. So a little more than a year, and I'll be here more than half my life. I'll have lived here more than I lived in the United States. So think about that. Do me a favor. If you like this live stream, or you like the videos that you go to and you see, please click like. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell so that you will stay informed of all the upcoming videos and live streams. And if you want to send me a letter, a comment, a question, like one question, or you need a consultation, you can email me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Now, before we get into the meat of this conversation, I gotta mention my book, The Expat Survival Guide to Living Smart in Thailand. Everything we're talking about tonight, the mistakes that expats make, the myths, the scams, the culture clashes, and the mindset traps, it's all here. This book is not about painting Thailand as some fantasy land, because it's not a fantasy land. It may be paradise for you if you come here for a week and you're in some resort on Koh Samui or something like that. Okay, I understand that. But the reality is that if you live here, it's not fantasy, and it is not a paradise. Reality is what keeps you from becoming one of the bitter complainers who spend their retirement typing angry comments in my comments or on Facebook or wherever you are. But if you're serious about Thailand, whether it's retirement, long stays, you just want to understand a little better how the place really works, grab a copy of the book. It's a PDF. You can get it instantaneously, 62 pages, and it'll save you from looking like one of the guys that we're going to be talking about in this video, this live stream. The link is down below, and it's also pinned to the chat. So there we go. All right. Now we got that. Let me take a look at the comments real quick again. Make sure to take that blood pressure. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't take blood pressure medicine. Do you? I was at Big C one day eating some KFC by myself when an Aussie guy sat near me and started talking to me out of the blue, then went into a rant. He didn't like Thailand and lives here with. It's when you just walk away from him. Nobody seems to want to live and let live. Everybody wants to judge others, so what makes you happy might not make the other person happy, and that's why people just get to do what makes them happy. That's right. No, this is not milk. It's milk and espresso. I was like, good luck, buddy. Have a nice day, and I left. Well, I would have just walked away from him. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. If the guy thinks, oh, what an asshole, you walked away. So? Okay. And? Now what? I'm an asshole because I walked away? No, I don't feel like listening to you bitch and moan. I got my own problems, buddy. Really, that's all you got to do. Is you go, listen, pal. Hey. I got my own problems, you know. What are you trying to help me with? I don't need your help. Stop being an asshole, Robert. Really, please. You may need them too. I'm just trying to help. I don't want to see anything happen to you. You're my favorite Scott of all. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't need to hear your bullshit. Oh, get on the blood pressure. What blood pressure, buddy? Really? You know, I did train and fight as a fighter for many years. And I'm getting myself back into good shape now. I've already lost about 30 pounds. So please, don't spare me the bullshit. I eat like a friggin' monk. Perfectly. So I don't need to hear you or anybody else giving me a hard time about blood pressure. Oh, I'm just thinking about you, buddy. No, I don't want you to think about me like that. Stop thinking about me personally and start thinking about the subject matter. That's what's important. Okay? Muay Thai is the reason I came to Thailand. Now, once I came here and I started training, I thought, man, I'm going to get I was, 32 years old. I thought, I'm going to get my ass kicked by these guys. Some kid who's 18, 19 years old is going to beat the piss out of me. So after a couple of years, then they stuck me in with a guy who was at the end of his career, and he was kind of old. He was like 39, which is old for a Muay Thai fighter. And he just wanted to come back and get in the ring, so he got in the ring with me, and I beat him. And then from there, it went on. He was a sad sack. All thought I feel sorry for his Thai wife, girlfriend, and whatever. Bye, Robert. I'm not booting you. I just don't want to hear your shit. Again, everybody needs to... Oh, God. That's what it is. Just think about yourself. Don't worry about me. If I got problems and I need help, I would say, hey, guys, guess what? I really need some help. I'm not some little kid going, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, my God, I paid too much and they took my money and I might go to jail because I don't know what to do. They want more money. It ain't happening. Okay, so please, spare me the bullshit, will you? Now, everywhere you look, whether it be on the Facebook groups, the forums, YouTube comments, it's the same course. And believe me, I have said this before. It is ruined. Thailand is ruined. Now, I saw a video the other day. It said, Bangkok is washed. And the guy at the end, he goes, I love Bangkok. He's like, what are you going to say? Yeah, it's not the same as it used to be. And people go, oh, Thailand doesn't want us. Thailand is too expensive. I'm leaving forever. Okay, so don't let the door hit you in the ass and get on out of here. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. I've been here long enough to see this cycle repeat year and year, year after year. There's always a new wave of complainers. Some guy getting grilled at immigration, and suddenly he's telling everyone Thailand is finished. Another guy, his rent goes up 1,000 baht, and he starts screaming that now it's so unaffordable. And someone else gets fined for not wearing a helmet. Oh, Thailand is authoritarian. I don't think we're there yet, fellas. And you know what all these guys have in common? Most of them never, ever leave. They say they're done with Thailand for 5, 10, 20 years, and they're still sitting here. Maybe they're just sitting on the same old bar stool, drinking the same beer, complaining to anyone who will listen. I got one guy. He comes in. I don't know how legit the guy is. I don't know if he's being serious. I have no idea. Because this is the thing. Sarcasm and reality doesn't always translate through messages in your, when you get a comment. Somebody could be trying to be a smartass, like Robert trying to be a smartass about me and my blood pressure. Like, I really need him to tell me that. And it doesn't translate. So, you got to remember that. And the thing is that Thailand doesn't care. The expats don't care. The government doesn't care. The locals don't care. The tourists don't care. And if every one of these chronic whiners left tomorrow, Thailand would not even blink. The guy in my comments, the one particular guy who I remember him because he has said, I've been coming here for 50 years. Okay, so you're an old man. I'm going to guess you're an old man. I've been coming here for 50 years, and you know what? It's not like it used to be, and that's it. This is my last trip. I'm leaving. I'm never coming back. And, then I got a message the other day from the guy, and he says, I was coming through immigration, and they were giving me a hard time, and oh, my God, it was a pain in the ass, and this is it. This is the last time I'm here. And I'm like, didn't you say that in some of your comments a couple of months ago? You said, oh, I'm not coming back. I'll never be here again. Well, then get the fuck out. I don't care. Listen, I wish you well. Plenty of places to go. The harsh truth is that nobody really cares, okay? And even if the guy who's saying this or the woman who's saying this, whoever it is, if they continue to say this kind of a thing, you say it one time, people are going to go, I don't know, you got to consider that. After a while, people go, okay, so you're going to go. All right. So then if you do go, you know what they're going to do? Your best friends. I got friends that I've seen almost every day for months. And they just decide, I'm going home. Hey, Tim, how you doing? They think, I'm going home. And I go, okay. You going to come back? I don't know. I'm not sure. So then they don't come back, and you don't see them for 6 months, and you go, Joe had to go home. Bummer. And there are millions of other expats that are waiting. That's the thing. It's secular. There are millions of other expats who are waiting to take their place. The bottom line is if Thailand really bothers you that much, then pack your bags, catch the next flight. You have a choice. It may not be the choice that you want, but you got a choice nevertheless. So you shouldn't sit around poisoning everyone else or their experiences with Thailand because you can't admit the problem might be you. I mean, that's the bottom line. The problem might just be you. Hey. Now, I had a friend who went to Cambodia because he didn't like how Thailand was becoming. And you know what? I went, okay, good. Good for you. I think he made the right decision because he's happier there. Now he's happier there now. I don't know if he'll be happier in the future, but you know what? All that matters is right now. He went there. He was a single guy. He's not like running around trying to bang all kinds of chicks. He's not really thinking about that, He might go out and get his weasel grease once in a while, and that's it. A couple times, 2 times a month, or I don't know. So that's not a motivator for him. His motivator is to sock money away, go out, have a drink once in a while, have a nice breakfast. That's all he does. That's his life. He's retired. Like me. You see? All right, let's see here. Too much holiday pad work nowadays. It seems like promotions are setting about high volume rush. I miss the old Lumpini. Yeah, I miss the old Lumpini too. And I used to have media credentials for that where I just showed my card and they let me walk in and I was right on the ring apron. I could lay on the ring apron. I could kneel down in the corner and take photos. And that was fantastic. I love that. But the fights and the atmosphere there, I saw Pongsak Lek. His name was Pongsak Lek Wangjangkam. If you know anything about boxing, you know who he was. He was the flyweight champion of the world. I saw him fight Hussein, an Australian guy, in Lumpini Stadium, and then they had the Muay Thai fights. And, I mean, what a place. I've been to so many fights in Lumpini. I've never been to the new Lumpini, because to me it defeats the purpose. And even Rajdamnern is not the same as it used to be. If you guys went to the fights 20, 30 years ago, you would know what it was like. And it was like you're sitting there and you're like, holy moly, people are throwing stuff. They're trying to throw stuff. They're gambling. I mean, it was just out of this world. All right, so where am I here? What do you think about Farang with no money? What do you want me to say? What am I supposed to say? They got no money. They got no money. Maybe that means they have to go home. Maybe that means they need to figure something out. Things continue to evolve. That's how it goes. Farang with no money needs to get out. Or they need to find a way to make money. That's all. Whatever. They need, and quick. You don't want to run out of money here. You don't ever want to run out of money to where you're like, Oh no, I don't know where I'm going to stay. I have no friends. I cannot stay on a sofa. Where am I? I guess I'll have to go under the overpass. You don't want to be that guy. Things always change. Just have to learn how to adapt and live with the changes. And you don't like it, then the door is wide open. Thailand doesn't want the retirement folks on less than $1,800 a month from what I've seen. There is no set amount. Listen, you say 1,800, I'm talking about high value tourists. I got a video going up on Monday about high value tourists. Again, another video. And this one is about why Thailand doesn't really deserve the high value tourists. A high value tourist is somebody who comes in and he spends thousands on a hotel, and he doesn't flinch. He stays at the Oriental, and he stays for 2 weeks. And it doesn't bother him to spend that kind of money. He's spending $20, $30, $40, $50, $100 on a meal. And it doesn't bother him. $1,800 a month is enough. And you're comfortable, depending on your finances. Of course, if you have no debt, and that's why I always start out presuming someone has no debt. They don't know alimony, child support. They don't know anything. They don't know credit cards. They owe nothing. Okay. $1,800 a month is about $60,000. And yeah, you can be comfortable. Or, it depends. You can be less than comfortable because, if you rent a place and it's $25,000 a month because you want to live in a really nice place, but now you only got $35,000 left. That's only about 1,200 baht a day, and that is not all that much for electric, your visa, dental, medical, internet, cell phone, spending. And if you're out hoeing, you better forget about it. I have a love-hate relationship with Thailand. When I'm hating on it, I do a trip overseas and then come back and I'm kissing the floor. Yeah, I know what you mean, Raymond. And that's why I get out every so often. And I haven't been out in a little while. And, I don't really feel that way right now. I'll be honest. I'm going down to the south in about 10 days. And I got mixed emotions. My wife can't go. My kids are busy. One's in school, one's working. They can't go with me, so I'm going alone. And I'm like, okay. 8 days. 8 nights. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have some fun. And then I think about it and I think, I don't mind what I'm doing now. I like it. I got a nice little setup. I got a nice gig. I have my things to do in the afternoon. I have my things to do in the morning. I'm fine. But I will be going back to the States next year and, go see my parents. And I'm looking forward to that. Mike Penrai, up to you. Jai Yen Yen, not Yin Yin. Yen Yen. I'm sure a lot of these people wouldn't be happy wherever they went. No money anywhere is a problem. That's what I like about Thailand, because the fact nobody cares about anybody. I can get up my breakfast on my bike and travel. I pay $45,000, 2 beds, 2 bath in Tonglor. Is that reasonable? I guess it depends on your income. If you make $300,000 a month, it's reasonable. What do you want me to say? I know a guy had an 80,000 baht a month place. I know another guy who had it was a townhouse and it was worth 5 million. Everything was marble inside. It was fantastic. And he had the roof. So guys used to come up on the roof and train. So 45,000 is, it's a bit much for most foreigners. And it's only 2 bedrooms and 2 baths, so I would say you can get a lot better. And, is that a house? Is that a townhouse? Is that a condo? What is it? 2 quarters Korean. Are you in Pittsburgh now? It's a condo. Now, you're renting that or you're buying it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, you can get a place to stay any time of the year. Yeah, why would you pay that much renting? Really? Why? I mean, you could get a house. You could get a house. A fenced-in house or in a gated community, and you're paying $30,000-$40,000 a month for a house. We went and looked at 7 million baht houses, and it was $35,000 a month. And we could have afforded it. And I told my wife, no, don't do it. I think it's wrong to do it. You're pissing away money. We're pissing away money. We have a house. So, you know, and it's completely paid off. We don't owe anything on it. And we got the land and we got all this other stuff. So why do we need to get a, you know, a 7 million baht house and have a debt? That's the way I thought. I thought, why? Free and easy, baby. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. For that price, you can get a house with a pool. You can get a big house, 3-4 bedrooms, 2-3 bathrooms, maybe even more. So, you know. Anyway. I'm wondering how many of you have met any of these guys who always threaten to leave, but never actually leave. Drop a yes in the chat if you've seen it happen and tell me what their excuse was, because I know it happens all the time. I mean, maybe you guys haven't seen it, but I've seen it many, many times over the years. And by the way, click the thumbs up. Let me remind you, click the thumbs up, click the super chat, look down in the description, do all that stuff for me, please. I'd appreciate it. And also, take a look at the list of people I have down there that I'm thanking for supporting the channel. I'd appreciate that as well. There are a lot of people down there, and they deserve to be thanked. You can rent a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in a quiet neighborhood for 15. Well, that's what I'm saying. So what? I'm telling you, to me, listen, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what the deal is. First of all, 45,000 is in that price range where it's a bit more than what most people spend, but it's not enough to get something truly magnificent. And like Moss said, for 15,000-20,000, you can get a house. I mean, you know, really, you can find a house for 20,000. You can find a house very easily, but you got to look, and most people don't want to. Most seem to not manage their finances correctly and then have to go back. I don't know about that. It seems like, thank you, Arthur. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You may not be able to tell in this shirt, but this shirt fits a lot better. And I've got like 5 or 6 pairs of jeans, and guess what? They all fit me now. I got some slacks. They fit me now. They fit me a lot better. Some of them fit me before, but they were snug, man. And now they're very, very easy to get on. They don't leave, just the leftists threaten to leave and don't leave. Yes, please click the thumbs up, subscribe, etc., etc. Hit the super chat if you don't mind. I got a goal today of 5 super chats, which I haven't got any yet, of 200 baht or more. What is this? Tim, what are you trying to say? H? I prefer local areas can get something solid and reasonable. Well, that's where I live, in a local area. We lease a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home in gated community with yard in Hua Hin for 18,000 a month. I rest my case. Now, I personally, depending on where you live in Hua Hin, I personally think Hua Hin is a bit done. just like Bangkok is done, depending on where you are. And I mean done as in there's a little too much traffic. The beaches are not fantastic. You know, but it can be a nice place, and there are a lot of people there that really like it, so that's all that matters. Those cheap rents are outside of Sukhumvit, Bangkok. Yeah, a lot of them are not right in Sukhumvit or right next to the SkyTrain. Listen, the SkyTrain is, I'm sitting in the mall right now, the SkyTrain, if I want, I just go up the stairs. Now, you got to walk down to the station, which is a 10-minute walk, but you're walking up above all the traffic, and they're not like the sidewalks, which are all crooked. And, 10 minutes you're there, you could take the SkyTrain. I get a motorbike from my house, and it takes 5 minutes by motorbike to get to the station. So I have transportation at my beck and call. And not only that, of course, I have Grab. If I really want, I can just walk down to the end of the street or take a motorcycle if I'm lazy to the end of the street, walk out to the main street, and boom, catch myself a taxi. Something very satisfying about the way you talk. Okay. I've only seen one guy hate on Thailand real bad, and yes, he got out. He has a channel. He liked expensive, finer things like imported cars and more. He said his lifestyle Thailand wasn't cheap. Well, I like finer things. I just don't have the money. I mean, seriously, I could say a lot of things. Thank you very much there, TJF. Oh, you can't give him a thumbs up, but thank you. I appreciate that. That's nice of you. Kind of you. Appreciate it. What does this say here? You look good. You look lighter. Well, I feel a lot lighter. You think about that. 30 pounds is almost 3 bags of rice. So 3 bags of rice. It could be in Sukhumvit in 10-20 minutes via BTS. Easy. This fool. What are you talking about? What's the guy with the... There is an area in Hua Hin, Black Mountain, albeit 15 minutes from the sea, but villas 17 million. There are some cheap rents around Sukhumvit, but they suck. Tourist crypto scheme sounds like a headache. Oh, you're talking about their crypto deal that they're doing, the government. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit. Listen, make it simple. That's all you have to do. Make it very, very simple. Where people understand in 2 seconds. Oh, I get my money here. Okay. That's not how they do things. I don't know what it is about their government and procedures and how they make policy and all that other kind of stuff. Great vibes in Hua Hin, was just there, and Cha'am in July. Yeah, but Jay Easy, from what I know, you are a visitor. There's a difference between visiting and living there. Not that Hua Hin isn't a nice place to live. I think it probably is a nice place if you live in the right area. But if you live like right in the center of all the action, I wouldn't want to live there. Too much traffic and too much noise and too much, everything is geared towards tourists. And I don't like that personally. I want to go out and there's mom and pop shop right down the street, and I'm like I'm one of 2 foreigners that ever goes there, and they're like so happy to see me. I love those kind of places. I don't want to go to a place where, you're sitting around and there's like a bunch of backpackers sitting with you. I don't want to go to those places. Call me picky, whatever you want to call me. I don't really care, but I just don't like them. There's a special breed of expat who thrives on complaining. They don't just say, I don't like this. They make it their entire identity. Every conversation, every forum, every forum post, every bar chat is about how terrible Thailand is and how they're leaving forever. Except they never actually go. And the reason why is because they've built their life here and now they're like stuck. Well, listen, they've got a Thai wife or a girlfriend, kids in school, a pension that stretches farther here than back home, which I can relate to all of those. Because I got a Thai wife. I got kids one kid's in school, the other's finished. And the other one wants to go to school, to another school, and he has the money. We have the money. He wants to go. Okay, so when he has some time, he's going to go. So in essence, some people can't leave, and instead they turn bitter, and that bitterness is their lifestyle. Now, what I would say is, I don't feel like if I really wanted to leave, I could. Now, I know I could. If I had to, if it was like, wow, this is so much of a better deal, okay, I could do it. My kids could do it. My wife could do it. We could all do it. It's got to be, a better deal. Or we have to be properly prepared. And, that doesn't always come easily. I know guys who've been saying this country is finished since the 1997 financial crisis, and guess what? They're still here. Thailand has gone through coups, protests, the pandemic, and guess what? They came out the other side, and meanwhile, those guys are still grumbling over their beers in the bars. And the kicker is, the guys love the attention they get because they're complainers, they're whiners, they're bitches. They want you to agree with them, to validate their misery. But if you strip away their complaints, they got nothing else left to talk about. And, I don't know. I mean, I like to keep it a little bit positive. I mean, no matter what you say, Thailand's got a lot of great things. Listen, I'm going to somewhere, and I've been to other places like this. It's off the beaten track. I went to Bangkok for, I don't know how long it was, 5 days, something like that. What a place, right? I went to Nakhon Phanom, and I thought, what a place, great place. Not as nice as Bangkok in the traditional sense of being as beautiful, but beautiful in its own way, nice in its own way. Met nice people, had a good time. They have a boardwalk, they had the boat ride, they have all kinds of stuff. You can go down the Mekong. And I was like, what a fantastic trip. Then I went to Nong Khai, and I've been to Nong Khai many, many times. And, it was okay. Because I've been there probably 10 times. I'm a regular visitor. As I plan to retire in Thailand soon, I typically stay in the Victory Monument or Sapan Kwai local areas. What area was it you walked around not long ago? We didn't see any coffee shops or 7-Elevens for a while. Oh, God, I don't remember. I've done so many walk-arounds. I'm trying to think. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can come up with something. Oh, that was down by... oh, no. That wasn't the place down by the Chao Phraya. I don't know. The last place I remember is down by the Chao Phraya. And I don't really remember. I like the way you talk. No sugarcoating, no bullshit, no nonsense. It's funny, so many YouTube videos about foreign men who met a Thai girl and lost his life savings. You always hear the negative, but you don't hear the positives. Listen, my wife is, she's stellar, man. I mean, honestly, I'm lucky to have her. I met her, and she was, what was she, 20 years old? And I was 30, wait a minute, I was 33, and she was, I think, 20. No, I was 34, she was 20. No, that's not it, because I've been with her for, oh my God, I can't keep these, I can't do the math now. But she was about 20 years old when I met her. Now she's almost 50, she's 48. And I didn't know that she was a stellar chick when I met her. I thought she was, but I wasn't sure. And, she works her ass off. She's not lazy. She's always thinking about how we can get ahead. We can get ahead. And I appreciate that because, sometimes I'm like, listen, I got money coming in. I'm okay. I don't, I'm like, hey, you know. And she's always like, how about we do this? How about we do that? I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds good. Sometimes I tell her it's good. It's not. So I told her it's not to buy a house because I said, you think about investing. Okay, if it was 40,000, I'd probably pay 20. She'd pay 20. I said, think about it. We could invest. I'm paying 7 now. I could invest the 13,000, or just save it. You could save the 20,000. We'd be saving 33,000 baht a month. That's more than $1,000 a month. I'm like, what do we need to buy a house for? What do we need enough? Why do we got to do that? It's, let's see here. If I get it, if married, but as a single guy, I like access to the dating pool. Listen, you'll get tired of that eventually. Really, you will. Because let me tell you something. I probably dated. I mean, I don't even want to get into numbers because you guys will think I'm lying. But yeah, I don't want to harp on about that. But let's just say that the only time that I didn't have a chick was when I didn't want one. Or, you know, once in a while I'd be like, man, a bunch of pigs here. I don't want to go with any of them. You know, or I'd see some girl and I'd be like, I don't know about that one. And I just would pass it up. I'm on my 3rd year retirement visa from New York, leaning towards DT visa. I wouldn't do that. Next year, I've seen videos saying some holders of DTV visa bank accounts are froze. I would not do that. Get an LTR, or get a retirement, or get an ED visa, or get a marriage visa, or get whatever you can, but don't get a DTV visa. They may do away with those. I don't know. We'll see. But, you know, the fact that you can't even get a bank account with one of those, and they're freezing bank accounts of DTV holders and of tourists, is a reason not to get one. What was worse for Thai people, the Asian crisis or COVID? COVID. The Asian crisis was bad, but like for me, it was great. I was like, well, 55 to the dollar. Wow. I was loving it. And then, of course, the prices started going up, and I was like, well, this sucks. The dirties always go a lot faster than the espresso, because espresso doesn't really taste great. It tastes okay. And with the dirty, with the milk in it, it tastes pretty good. Hui Kwang has a great dating pool if you're chasing non-bargain. Listen, I know everybody goes, oh, you got to go to this place. You got to go to that place. A while back, I went to this Starbucks. I don't remember where it is. I think it's on Wireless Road or something. I'm not sure, though. But I go to this place. It's supposed to be a Starbucks that's the high-end Starbucks with, oh, my God, there's so many great-looking girls there. Man, I got there, and I was like, what am I looking at here? I was like, this wasn't worth the journey. Okay? And, you know, the thing is, I mean, I always look at it like, not many Thai girls that are in the market are going to see you and go, oh, I really like this guy. I want to go out with him right now. Oh, I hope he asks me out. You ask him out. You ask her out. You go out with her the next night. That night you're sleeping with her. And then, oh, from that point on, you're together forever. It doesn't usually work that way. Usually it takes some time, and it should take some time. Listen, I mean, honestly, I go to the grocery almost every day. I'm not going today. I got plenty of stuff. I'm going to order from Bangkok Bob's today. But I go to the grocery and almost every day. And a lot of the girls who are cashiers, they know who I am. One of them remembers like 6 numbers out of my phone number. She doesn't remember the last 4. And every once in a while, one of them will hit on me. One of them hit on me a long time ago. This is years and years ago. She hit on me a long time ago. Now she's gotten fat, but she looked pretty good back then. She had a baby like 3 months after she asked me out. And I was like, okay, you know. But every once in a while, you know, I get the feeling that one will like, if I just said to her, hey, you know, what's your day off? You want to go out? They'd go out. But I don't want to do that, and I don't want to, you know, I go there all the time. It's like shitting where you eat. Lucky you. Hope 2,000, what is it? I hope 2,000 in Thailand is enough a month because I'm moving to Thailand. Yeah, 2,000 is enough, depending on how you are. If you're a dummy, it's not enough. If you're fairly intelligent and you are frugal and careful with your money, 2,000 is more than enough, and you should be able to save some as well. You ought to be able to save about $400 out of that if you're smart. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I'm moving to Jomtien. Okay, Scott was the Hugh Hefner of Thailand 30 years ago. I wouldn't go that far, but I was a Mac Daddy, and it wasn't 30 years ago. It wasn't when I just moved here. I used to have motorcycles in the U.S., and back then I had hair, and I was in a lot better shape. I mean, I was in the best shape of my life. And I used to go on a motorcycle. I'd wear a pair of shorts, a pair of tennis shoes, and no shirt, and no helmet, and go down PCH, and it was a crapshoot. 1-bedroom condos in Jomtien are shoebox size. So dating so many gets old and boring, so having someone special with you is irreplaceable. Yeah, pretty much. That's true. All right, so now I'm wondering if how many of you guys have run into these doomsday prophets, the guys who they're always saying they're going to leave, and then you find out in 3 years you see them, they're still sitting on the same bar stool or something like that. If you've got a story to tell about that, then stick it in the chat. Now, Thailand is not perfect, but so what? Neither am I. Neither are you. Thailand is not perfect. Let's just be perfectly clear. There is corruption. Bureaucracy can be a pain, and immigration officers can sometimes be strict. But you show me a country without problems, because every country I've ever seen has their share of problems. And people love to say Thailand is authoritarian. I just did a video about this. And honestly, I don't think Thailand is authoritarian. But compared to what? Western countries spy on their citizens. They also freeze bank accounts, and they tax you into the ground. So every system has its flaws. And, this is what the complainers miss. And that's for every rule and regulation that they whine about, there are 10 freedoms that they ignore. The freedom to live cheaply if you want. You can live pretty much as cheap as you want here in Thailand. If you want to spend $600 a month and you live in your little rinky-dink house that you and your girlfriend have out in wherever, you can do so. I mean, as long as she's willing. And you can live it luxuriously if you want to. You could be driving around in a Ferrari. I wouldn't recommend it here, but you could. And if you're driving around, I would say, probably the most expensive car you really want to have in Thailand is a Benz. And you get yourself a driver, and that way you're not on the hook. You have the freedom to reinvent yourself without the crushing pressure of Western society, breathing down your neck. And the whiners don't really get that. They only see the negative because it makes them feel special. So maybe I see what others don't see. Maybe I know the truth, but maybe what they need to do is just adapt. I mean, I think that's what most people have to do. They have to adapt and stop saying, why is it this way? Why is it that way? I want it in my country. It's like, I don't care what it's like in your country. Somebody just said that in the comments. When was this? I think it was yesterday. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Drug testing in Thailand, what foreigners need to know. And he said, I would not, I guess that means he would not give in to their test, which means you'd automatically be arrested, which of course he doesn't know, because what I said and what he said was, doing this should be illegal. So testing people willy-nilly inside of a bar at 2 o'clock at night for drugs should be illegal. Now listen, I don't like what they do, but it's their law. It's their country. You're not in America. You don't have inherent rights that you can just bring up and say, you're not allowed to do that, buddy. No. Here, if they say you need to test, you better start peeing. And if you can't pee, well, then you're going to jail. So I told him, says who? You? It's not your country. Their country, their rules, their lives. It's that simple. I prefer to appreciate all the good things of Thailand, including the Thai people. There is nobody and nowhere that is perfect, but you have to find what's perfect for you, no matter how imperfect it is. All right. You're speaking in riddles now, Moss. Never met anyone except your friend that complained about Thailand and left. My friend? I don't know. I've met a lot of people. Complaining and whinging is what Westerners do best. Maybe so. Why is it this way? Why can't I get, they make it so spicy. Well, I mean, listen, the guy had been here for 28 years or something like that. And I looked at it like, I knew what he was talking about. He had problems because it was mainly because of, in his apartment complex, it would be like, he'd get a message. They would slide it under the door at 7 o'clock at night, and it would say, tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock, we're going to shut the electricity down in the building until another day goes by. This is a 24-hour thing. You're not going to have any electricity tomorrow. Now, he's got to work, and he's like, what the hell? So he's got to go somewhere else. Okay, I understand that. He goes somewhere else. It's a pain in the ass, but they did that all the time. And they did all kinds of things, oh, well, we're going to shut down the elevators because we need to have them working. Well, why don't you shut down one at a time so that people can use the other elevators instead of shutting them all down? Little things like that. And, so, yeah, I understand what he's talking about. And listen, I give him credit. He actually left. And now he goes, you know what? I don't have to worry about any of this bullshit in Thailand. He goes, I just pay the money, and that's it. I don't have to show them how much money I make. I don't have to do any. Boom. I walk down the street to the agent. It takes me 2 minutes to get there. They take my passport. I give them the money. Bam, that's it. Yeah, I mean, he complained and he left, which I understand. U.S. banks keep track of where, well, so do Thai banks. You think Thai banks don't know of where you're spending money and what you're doing? They track you too. It used to be that you could disappear. If you wanted to disappear, you could go halfway across the world. There was no social media, and you didn't tell anybody. They had to physically go and track you down. They used to have to try to find out, did you take a plane? Did you take a bus? What happened to you? People might be worried about you, and you just disappeared. You didn't show anything. Maybe you changed your name. Hey, my name is, listen, if I wanted, I could go around in Thailand and just go, hey, my name is Alex. My name is Joe. My name is Chase. My name is Adventure. What? Really? Yeah, my mom named me Adventure because she thought I was a big adventure. And you could call yourself whatever you want. Now, only the people that see your your passport would know. But, it's the way it goes. You're going to get seen by somebody. Just tired of the hassle of immigration. It's such a relief when you finally Get the DIY route completed. Yeah, listen, I don't. To me, you know, immigration is not a big deal, man. They only hassled me one time, and that was a guy brought in the letter of, what is it, the affidavit of income many years ago. And the guy goes, I don't need this, and he threw it in the garbage. And I go, what? It cost me $55. He's like, I don't need it. Bring your bank statement. I went, okay. So the next day I had to come back again, which of course is an additional cost. It takes my time up, pain in the ass, you know. I just went in, showed him the bank statement. Okay, here you, no problem. End of story. So you got to remember that at immigration, they're dealing with peckerheads all day long. There are a lot of guys, they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. You know, they've been here for 91 days. And they're like, I've been here 91 days, I want to get an extension. Well, you're supposed to get an extension after 60 days. No, after 90. So here I am, it's the day after I'm going to get my extension. No, you can't do that. That's not how it works, buddy, I'm sorry. Well, no, that's not what I was told. You know, this guy on the YouTube, he told me that, no. You know, that's what they go through. Airport immigration is a piece of cake. I never have a problem with airport immigration. I just stand there, I give them my passport, give them the boarding pass and whatever else I got to give them. I just stand there. And if they say anything to me, I say, oh, Swadee Kap. I speak in Thai to them. They know. Like, listen, at this point, it's in their records that I've been here for over 30 years. So they know that. 944. Yes, it is. Every day, they must automatically have it set. Yeah, well, what a nice name. Chase. My name is Chase Tail. Yeah, that's going to work. Had issues getting the 3-month non-O as the lady really wanted her share of an agent's fee, and she kept adding more requirements over and over. It took 7 visits to wear her down. Well, where was this? Where was this that you went? Well, I don't know what to tell you there because I've never ever been pressured to use an agent. And so maybe you should have went to another place. I hate to say that. You could have. You could have went to another immigration. Get 3-0 retirement visa since and good after that. You mean every year since then. You're not getting a retirement visa every year. You're getting a stay of extension. Your first time that you get a visa or you get something is a visa. After that, it's an extension of stay or a stay of extension. Extension of stay, I think, is what the correct term is. Yeah, I mean, that's just stupid, man. I've never had that happen, and I wouldn't put up with that. Whether they're immigration or not, and I would not be difficult with them. You'd be very nice. No, why would you do that, Robert? You don't know what you're talking about. Why would you not get the O inside? It's not a new retirement visa stamp. It's a stay of extension. It's an extension of the stamp. Every year, you have an extension date, and they keep that date the same. It is not a visa. The first time is a visa. After that, that's unless you break and you don't renew on time, then you have to get a new visa every time if you're not doing that. Yeah, what are you talking about with the O? That's just, well, like you said, he was given the runaround. You won't get the runaround if you do it online before you go. That's ridiculous, dude. You really don't know what you're talking about, Robert. I'm sorry. When you're in the United States or you're in Australia or the UK or whatever, you get an OA visa. That requires insurance, okay? Which is not, it shouldn't be a problem, but it is a problem for many people, okay? You also need to get a police report. You also need to get a medical check. No, I'm not. I'm not. I can tell you that for as a fact, because I got my O visa in Thailand many, many years ago, and every single time, I'm not wrong, buddy. I don't care. You're saying you shouldn't get if you're going to get a visa outside of Thailand, you're going to get an OA visa. You can people enter and convert. Okay, so you get the visa. I'm sorry. You get the visa. No, what you do is you get the visa while you're in. You apply for it while you're in the United States. However, when you come into Thailand, then they give you the extension. So your visa is not good for a year. It's only good for 3 months. So in that regard, you're right. You're applying for it while you're in your own country, your home country. Then when you come in, they give you the extension of stay. So you can do it, but normally what is done is if you're going to get an OA visa, you go through the embassy or the consulate, and then you get it renewed every year in Thailand. But a lot of times what people do is you just come into Thailand, you can come on a visa exempt, you can come in on a tourist visa, and then you just get your visa here, and you get a year, not 3 months. And then you extend for another year. Yeah. Anyway. What are you talking about, Ben? You get the non-O outside of the country so you can open a bank account. It's preferable to the OA visa. Although if you get an O visa inside the country, you can also open a bank account. Yeah, listen, the visas, it used to be that the agents were like, oh my God, you shouldn't use an agent. They're terrible. Don't use one. They're illegal. No, they're not illegal. Some of the stuff that they might do might be illegal, but the agent is not illegal. And the thing about the agent is, with the agent, they do the 90-day report for you. They will do it for you. And like a jackass, Tom tells me, oh no, I don't want him to do it for me. I want to do it myself. But he had already given him all the paperwork, and they did it for him. And then they told him, no, you're going to have to, what you have to do is you have to go back and tell them to let you go back into the system so that you can do it. And he was like, oh, I guess I'll do that the next time. I opened a Thai bank account. Well, you know what? I opened 7 accounts. Imagine that. And I had it, and for me, it was, I had the O visa. And actually, I had a couple accounts that I opened with tourist visas, and that I opened with a media visa, and that I opened with a marriage visa, and the retirement visa. So it really depends. But and the other thing is that just because you go in with an O visa or O extension of stay does not mean that every bank will let you open an account with them. They may tell you, oh, you can't do it here. Nope, sorry, we don't allow that. And you're like, wait a minute, you're supposed to, but they don't care. It's whatever their branch decides, whatever their manager decides. Well, it was much easier for tourists, yes. They didn't have the DTV visa, so it was never easy or difficult. It was a little more easy in the beginning, but other than that, it's the same. I've never had anybody freeze my account. I've never had anybody say, you need to come in and do this or do that. Now, I got a message from TTB, and they said, please come in within the next month, come in and get your face scanned so that you can make transfers over 50,000 baht. So I went in and did it. I did it at Bangkok Bank. I did it at CASHAPP. The only bank I'm not doing it for is UOB. Well, I don't worry about that because I already have everything. So I'm not worried about it. And for people coming in, I've recommended that to people. If you're already there, you might as well just get it done. However, if you have it depends on how you do things and who you're dealing with, really. It really does. I've had guys tell me, immigration officers tell me, oh yeah, you're fine. And I've been like, okay, great. Then I come back the next year and the lady will go, oh, no, we can't do that. I'm like, why? The last time you did it, nope, can't do it. It's just, it really depends on the person. That goes with banks also. I could go in, I'm telling you, I went into Siam Commercial to open up an account for my kid and for me. Both of our names on the account because he was underage at the time. And they told me, no, you can't do it. And I said, why not? What's the problem? I have an account here already. Oh, no, you can't. And then I just went and I took out my papers and I said, I have a marriage certificate also. Oh, you marry Thai? Yes. Okay, you can do. And I'm like, see, this is an issue with banks. They need to stabilize their system instead of just everybody going off and doing whatever they think they're supposed to do. Make it clear what they're supposed to do. Don't give them much leeway at all. And then they have to do everything a certain way. No tourist visas. You cannot open a bank account with a tourist visa. Boom. Just like that. No more. I don't care if you pay or not. You can't get one. Okay, great. Now, if you have a retirement visa, anybody can open up an account. If you are getting a retirement visa, you need to transfer your money into the bank and you don't have a bank account, let them open the bank. No, the DTV is not what I would consider good. I opened a new account with CASHAPP on Friday. No issues, no headache. It was the first time. Only headache was the time it took to do the paperwork, which wasn't much. I just don't like paperwork. I have a CASHAPP account. I like it a lot. I use it all the time, and it's great. They're not open yet. You cannot go. They're not open yet. Another 5 minutes, you can go in. Competition? Okay, whatever. She's like, oh, we got a competition upstairs. Oh, so you're special. Whatever, go ahead. Doesn't matter to me. I don't get it, man. Too quick. Yes, but whoever just said they got to run around when they did the nano and time. Come on, it's bullshit. It depends, man. It really does. It's not just one person. That's anecdotal evidence. That's all it is. You can get it before you go if you want, or you can get it here. It doesn't matter. And maybe you'll have some more problems here. Maybe you won't. I know people who had no problem. Really, I know a handful of people never had a problem. They got their O visa here. You can't get a bank account on a DT visa or an education anymore. Okay, so why should you? With the ED visa, I don't know. Maybe you should be able to have one. It was the immigration office that gave him the runaround, not the bank. Private jets normally go to Selator. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I thought that was what it was. I didn't think that Taxon would be flying like on a flying commercial. Well, you can do that. You can do that too. It's all about money. You got enough money, you can do pretty much anything you want. All right, let me get to the next section here because I'm playing around here. Some of the reasons why people fail, and let's just talk about why so many of these guys are bitter. It's not because Thailand has changed so much, even though it has changed a lot, but that's not why they're bitter. They didn't save enough money. They didn't plan for health care. They thought they could live forever on $800 or $1,000 a month. They jumped into relationships with women who saw them as walking ATMs. That's a big one right there. Chuck told me something. Chucky, who just messaged me a little while ago. He said to me, "Why do I need somebody who needs me to take care of them? That's like having an orphan." And really, if you think about it, what happens if you're gone? What happens if you die? And they can't take care of themselves. They're relying on you. Oh, you've got plenty of money. You'll leave it all to me. No, I don't have plenty of money, and I'm not leaving it all to you. So in other words, you got to work. So the girl has to work. They never get that. I mean, what's the matter with doing that? I've worked all my life. And another reason why they fail is because they think Thailand owes them something. And when reality hits, instead of taking responsibility, they blame Thailand. And Thailand doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about that the currency dropped, or that your girlfriend dumped you, or that you didn't read the visa requirements and you weren't sure about everything. That's on you. It's your responsibility. Guys who succeed here, they plan. I mean, that's the bottom line. They plan. And the guys who fail, they blame Thailand. So I'm wondering, what is the biggest mistake you've seen expats make here in Thailand? Was it money, women, health, visas? What was the number one killer in your opinion? Drop it in the chat. Personally, I think it's females. I think far too many guys, it's love. All you got to do is watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Watch that. And watch the guy, I think his name was Ratner, or Rat. And he is telling his buddy, what was his name? Damien or Mark Damien. I can't remember what it was. But he's in the guy's room, and the guy's like chilling. I got 2 tickets to go see Cheap Trick, and he's talking about selling tickets, and he tells the guy, he's like, I think I'm in love. It's love. And I just went, oh my God. There's no way. I mean, I saw her and she was working in the pizza place. It's love. Let's see here. Do you know what agents want to do now? Want to do what? Do you know what agents want now to do that? They don't want 70,000 baht. That's bullshit. I don't know where you hear some of your information, because I know that the agents that I know of, they charge 3,500 baht, and that goes. Some of it goes to the bank, and out of that you get like 500 baht, and I think they give you a card. Okay, I didn't get a card with my Bangkok bank. I didn't have to pay to open my Bangkok bank. I didn't do any of that stuff. But this is what I know. This is what I've been told. This is what I've seen. Easier to get a non-home in home country. This allows you to open an account in 2 months prior to applying for the O visa. Okay, whatever. I think a good portion of complaints is self-entitlement and a lack of knowledge. Falling in love with the wrong person. Even before these bank changes, many people had to try several times before being approved to open a bank account. This is Thailand. And that's what I mean. That's why I always bring up that instance of, what do you call it? Siam Commercial. And actually, the second Bangkok bank that I opened, I went down to, I think it's Klongjan, the Klongjan branch. Big bank. You know, it's a standalone bank. It's not a bank inside of a mall or something like that. I went down to the branch and said, I need to open an account. And the lady was like, oh, no, we can't open the account. I said, yes, you can. She said, well, we need an affidavit from the embassy that shows your address. I go, okay. So I went, got the affidavit, went back, and they opened the account. It was a piece of cake. No insurance on a motorbike. Well, you know, you're going to have a motorbike, you better have insurance. Oh, God, what's the best medical insurance? Oh, come on. Really? Dude, you're asking me a question. It's the $24 million question. Most of us come from countries where foreigners are given preferential treatment. Asia in general favors its own people. It's a shock to most foreigners who move to Asia. I don't need preferential treatment. Just treat me halfway decent. That's all I ask. And if I don't like it, well, then I can do something else. I'll find a way around it. I think agents can be very helpful, and they get you out of things. They can do your 90-day report. They can do the TM30 for you, and you won't have a problem. I didn't accidentally say it was 3,500 just for the bank, only the bank. The 35,000, I think, is for the visa itself. My love cost me 10,000 baht, unlimited love, and I don't mind it. I don't get preferential treatment anywhere. I'm shocked if I ever do. That's how I look at it. I don't want preferential treatment, and if I get it, then I'm grateful for it. You know, piece of cake. Where are we now? Oh, God, we're really... All right, here's the truth that stings. Guess what? Thailand doesn't need you. Western expats make up a tiny fraction of the people here, and tourism is booming, and not because of us. It's because of the Indians, the Chinese, the Russians, Malaysians, Koreans. They're the ones filling up the hotels, the malls, and the beaches. If every Western expat packed his bag tomorrow, Thailand probably wouldn't even notice. Okay, and the idea that Thailand doesn't want us. Who's Thailand? Who is Thailand? You mean the people? Well, that's definitely not true. You mean the government? Well, the idea that they don't want us is a bit of a fantasy built by guys who can't accept reality. And the Thailand doesn't want you or not want you. You're a guest here, and if you respect their guidelines, then you're going to do fine. If you expect preferential special treatment, you're going to be disappointed. So, I don't care what anybody says, but I don't think Thailand really needs us per se. If you do, what is this? If you do 2 non-O and O retirement visa, costs about 4,500 baht plus 300 baht for the bank and 1,000 for re-entry. I don't know. Number for tourists are down, just over 20 million. Chinese is down. Chinese are down 7%. I just saw it this morning. Bangkok Post reported in Thailand's overall, it's overall, sorry. Overall numbers are down 7%, with significant drop from China due to safety concerns and increased competition from alternative destinations like Japan and Vietnam. While Chinese arrivals were improving in late July, the overall number year-to-date decline was significant, with the number expected to fall below 5 million compared to 6.7 million, which I guess that's about 22%. So yeah, but 7% overall. But still, 7% overall is not a huge amount. I mean, All right, so the people who thrive, who do you never hear from? Listen, I'm thriving. I'm jiving and thriving. And, I'm fine. And I'll be fine. I mean, really. I don't know what else to say. I don't have a problem. I got it all under control. Let's hope that it stays that way. The guys with stable visas, solid finances, fairly good health and a plan, they're not on. Listen, I don't go on forums. I don't go on forums crying about immigration. Oh my God, you know what this guy did? He's an asshole. That immigration, I don't like them at all. They're not ranting on YouTube about how Thailand is ruined. If I ever say anything negative about Thailand, I always follow up with that. I still love Thailand. There are going to be negative things that happen in Thailand and in the United States and everywhere. Negative things happen. And you got to acknowledge them instead of trying to cover them up, which a lot of people do, especially in Thailand. They only want to talk about the good in Thailand. That's fine. There's a lot of good to talk about. But there are some things that you got to deal with. Now, the people who complain they are outing their lives, and the people who are doing well are living their lives instead of just outing themselves and saying, I hate it here. They're traveling, the good people. They're traveling, spending time with their families. They're building businesses, training at the gym, fishing, enjoying retirement. And the loudest ones are usually the ones failing. The quietest ones are usually the ones who have it figured out. How many people do you know that have been here 20 plus years that never complains, or complains, but they try to justify it, which I try to justify some of the things. People complain about their banks being frozen. Oh, I didn't do anything. I don't know what the problem is. Most of the time, the reason they freeze your account is because you didn't update your information. It's as simple as that. They want to know your information, and guess what? If you don't like it, too bad. They'll freeze your account, they'll lock your money up, and they won't give it to you because they'll say, sorry, it's suspicious. But once you go in and you talk to them and you get it taken care of, usually within a week, they straighten everything out. Now, so far, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with my bank. I always keep a little bit of money in each account. I move money into each account periodically so that they don't look stagnant. And it's very simple, okay? The bottom line, though, is that Thailand is not perfect. It has its share of flaws. Now, even a diamond has flaws. But Thailand has corruption, paperwork, rules, and plenty of things that can frustrate you. And if that's enough to break you down, then go ahead and pack your bags and bail. Go ahead and leave. I mean, I understand some people just can't deal with the shit. Oh, it's going to be this much more expensive now. I got to get out of here. Okay, then go. Stop threatening. Stop moaning. Stop whining. Stop whinging. And stop trying to drag everyone else down into the misery. If you are tired of Thailand, really, truly tired of it, then just go. Nobody will fault you. If I said to people, you know what, God, I've been doing this and I'm still not a citizen here. I'm pissed off. Now, I'd rather be a citizen. Honestly, I would. I'd rather have permanent residency and have a citizenship and be able to get a passport. That would be nice. Okay, great. But I don't, so okay, it's what it is. I'm not complaining about it. But if you are truly tired of Thailand, then just pick up and bail. Leave. Nobody's forcing you to stay. And Thailand is not going to go, we miss you so much, please come back. They're not going to do that. If you accept reality, and that is that you are a guest here. And I have a hard time with the word guest. But they do let you stay here. You are a guest. You know, I mean, I look at it as I'm a long-term guest. But you need to plan, you need to adapt, and then Thailand can still be one of, and I say this all the time, Thailand is one of the best places in the world to live. If you think about everything, it's not that difficult. It's pretty easy to live here. Nobody really messes with you. You know, you got great food. You got the smiling people. I mean, you know, okay, a lot of them smile because they want to smile. You know, the cost of living is still reasonable. The healthcare is good. The lifestyle is good. It's all here. You just have to take responsibility for the choices that you make. You know, you're the one who can make, you know, you're the one who can make your choices. You can choose to stay here. You can choose to go back home. You can choose to go live in Cambodia. You can go do whatever you want. But Thailand doesn't need complainers, and it doesn't need guys who treat every visa extension like a personal insult. I feel insulted because they're giving me an extension. Come on, man. What do you want it to be? You want it to be like America where they let everybody in? Well, they're not doing that anymore, and look how pissed off some people are. Well, guess what? Too bad. That's why they call them illegals. It rewards people who respect the culture, respect the system, and they take care of business. They take care of what they have to take care of. Now, if I really wanted, I could say, oh, that's it. I'm done with my wife. I'm done with my kids. I'm going to run off, and I'm going to live on some island in a little bungalow for 500 baht a day. Nobody's going to know who I am. I don't have to show them anything. And I'm just going to stay there for the next 30 years. Come on. Really? It's not going to happen, buddy. I hate to tell you. So I'll say it one more time. If you're tired of Thailand, then just leave. Nobody cares, including me. I don't give a flying fuck. You want to leave? Okay, good luck. See you later. Bye. The rest of us are going to stay here. We're going to like it. We're going to be living our lives while you go back home and complain about something else. I mean, that's the bottom line. So let me ask you something before we wrap up. How many of you have heard somebody say, I'm never coming back, and then they leave, they go back home, but they come back again? Then they leave and they come back again. And they always come back. Because that's what they do. They come back and they complain. Well, it's not as cheap as it used to be. Guess what? You're right, it's not as cheap. And, you know, hey, I wish everything could be 1950 prices, but they're not. Now, if you got some stories that you want to share, go ahead and stick them in the chat. A lot of people here thrive. They are usually the ones that come here to live and make it a home. The ones wanting a never-ending vacation or party are the ones with issues. Yes. I don't have anything to say bad about immigration. I just hate going to immigration. If all you damn foreigners would leave Thailand, I would have to wait in line. Listening in Hua Hin. You should be considered an in-law. Whatever. I am what I am. May I know why you choose your username? Because I'm a mutt, not purebred. I'm half Korean. Yeah, 100%. The price increases aren't as bad as they are in the West. That's true. And I just told you guys, I got 60 eggs for like 10 bucks. Well, 11 bucks. 60 eggs for 11 bucks. So what does that work out to? Somebody do the math for me. 20 cents each or something, 22 cents each. So that means 10 eggs is 88 baht. The way that works out. There's a YouTuber on a DT visa that overstayed a little and went to Cambodia and made vids on how much he hates Cambodia. Then Thailand wouldn't let him back. Now he lives there in Cambodia. Yeah, see, that's why I don't watch YouTube. Because I don't want to hear this shit. And I don't want to see it. You know, I wish I could show you guys my phone now. I have a video coming up in the next couple of weeks about well, I can get them for that much too, Bitmonger, but I didn't go to the market. So I'm in the grocery, I pay a little bit more. I don't watch stuff on YouTube because it's just a pain in the ass, but what I was going to say is now I have this video going up about people and their phones and how everybody's got their head in the phone. Nothing new here. I mean, this is old hat now, but I took, and I've said this before, but I took all the apps off my phone where you can see them. I deleted them from the home screen. So if I want to go to somewhere, if I want to go to Spotify, I have to go over and put in S for Spotify or just look and see it and then hit the app. But it's not on the front part of the phone, the front page. You know, I mean, well, they raise their prices like 20% sometimes, 25%, and you're like, holy shit, that's a lot. But it's still cheaper than back in the West. So, you know, what are you going to do? 60 eggs, were you hungry? Well, first of all, we're a family of 4. And we eat eggs almost every day. Somebody is eating 3 eggs or 6 eggs. I eat like maybe 5 eggs a day. Maybe 3 egg whites and 2 egg yolks. My kid eats like 3 eggs, 3 eggs. My wife might use 2 or 3 eggs. So we might use, 8 to 10 eggs a day. Hey, gents, morning from Alpharetta. Lovely Alpharetta. I have a tie to Alpharetta that will never go away, but that bank is no longer there. No longer in business. It got bought out. People been stuffed into their phone for ages. Being an older guy, it's strange seeing. I love eggs. Thais eat eggs with more meals than just breakfast. 3 eggs a day. Bitmonger, imagine the boomers in the 1800s couldn't get over their kids playing with hoops and sticks. We moved here from California in July 2024. Prices in California out of control. Yeah, I used to live in California, but that was a long time ago, before all the bullshit. It used to be this great place to go, where California was first in everything, but Not anymore. Prices in California out of control. We find it strange foreigners here complain about prices in Thailand, but many people complain about everything. My son eats 3 to 5 eggs per day. Easy, that's about what I eat. I buy jumbo eggs, 3 normal size eggs or baby. That's what I buy. I only buy the biggest ones because the other ones are too damn small. I'm eating 3 hard-boiled eggs now at the moment with sriracha mustard and some sauerkraut and tea on the side. All right. Very good. Glad you're on the eggs. One more time, I want to mention my book, The No BS Guide, the Expat Survival Guide, 2025. I am going to do another one in 2026. And this one might have photos. I'm trying to figure out what the update will be, but it's a little new now. So, and I wrote it so that people can avoid becoming one of these bitter expats. The link is down below in the description. If you can, remember to hit the like button and to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Join the VIP section. Hit the join button down below. $1.99 gets you a membership, a VIP membership. And if you want to send me a message, anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. What are you talking about? Oh, Jesus Christ. What is it with you and Salvador Sanchez? Who cares, dude? You know, really, who cares? Do you really care that much? I mean, you wasted brain power. Every day I got to hear about Salvador Sanchez. So I'm going to be streaming on Thursday. What's the topic, Scott? I don't know. I got to look because I don't remember. Oh, how to retire in Thailand. Can you actually afford to live in Thailand? Money, visas, and lifestyle in 2025. We're almost at the end of 2025 now. We're in the last October, November, December. We're almost in the last quarter. So we'll talk about that. And then I'm going to be streaming on the 16th, which is a Tuesday. And then from there, I'm going to stream on a Friday, the 19th. That is where I'll be out and about down in the south on some forbidden islands. And then I'm going to a secret island destination, a different destination, and I'll be there on the 21st, streaming on the 21st. Then I come back to Thailand, back to Bangkok, I don't know, the 26th. I'll be back in Bangkok. Why does everybody have to guess? Why do they want to guess? You can guess, but I won't tell. Yeah. God. There won't be any forbidden fruit on the islands that I'm going. Well, maybe one there will be, but I'm not going to count on it. That doesn't really matter. But on the other one, there is no forbidden fruit. There is no fruit. Yeah, you got it. Bali. Yeah, that's the ticket. Oh my goodness. Well, we had like 72, I think, 72 people today. Not bad, not bad. I'm liking it. All I'm going to say is it's an island. That's all I feel the need to say right now. You guys know too much. You know, honestly, I mean, I'm going to stream from there. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. But to be completely frank, I mean, I could sit right here and you guys would be happy. I mean, really, you guys would be fine. You don't care if I go anywhere. If I go somewhere, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. but you're sitting there living vicariously through me. You know, you're in your own little cocoon. All right, what am I looking for? Thailand is still the best place to live in Southeast Asia. Yeah. Everyone's guessing Eastern areas. I'm going to go west. He's taking a vacation to the UK or Ireland. I wouldn't go to the UK. That's not going to happen. Ireland I would go to, and I've been there. We were there for a day. Long enough to have a couple of Guinnesses. And I liked it. But I don't know that I would just say, oh, I'm going to go back to Ireland. I don't know. You know. I mean, it'd be nice to go for 10 days or something like that. But been there, saw it. I haven't seen the whole place, you know, but that's the way it goes, and I'm fine. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of places I'd like to go. But that means I have to travel, which is a pain in the ass sometimes. And, you know, I think now I'm in the frame of mind that I'd rather not travel alone. You know, I'm just at the age now, I don't want to be alone and sitting there going, oh, well, I mean, I don't mind being alone. But, you know, if I'm going to go, I'd rather go with my wife, you know, or one of my kids, something like that. I've only been to Ireland on transfer when in the military. Outside, smoking weather was to my liking. That's all I know about it. From a few guys on here, I think it might benefit you to finally start an OnlyFans. I won't join. I've seen you in a hospital gown. That's enough. Oh, yeah. I think I'm a little too old to start an OnlyFans, and it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry. Although I am looking pretty good now. Hey, my body's starting to shape up real nice. You can see my abs now. It's pretty good. But, you know, I'm not for pay. You know? Oh, my God. That said, hit the super chat button. Oh, God. Yeah, they don't serve Guinness very many places. They sell Guinness in some bars in Thailand. And I think the only place that they sell the cans is down in the south. And they're not the regular size Guinness. They're not the large Guinness. They're small. So, anyway, sorry to say, I think that's about it. It's time to roll, time to go. Yeah, I got some things to do back home, so I'm on my way. And no grocery today. Wow. Can't believe I don't have any groceries to buy. I bought them all yesterday. So, oh, I got to tell you one other thing. You want to know something? If you live here in Thailand, let me give you a little trick now. Because some things you buy, and you get them at the grocery store. I don't care if it's Lotus, Macro, where you get some of the things in the grocery store, and they're going to cost you, maybe they're imported, maybe they're going to cost you a certain amount. They might cost $500, and you can find them on Shopee, and they might. Two things, and then I got to go. I bought some stuff called, what is it called? Resparas, or some kind of shaving. They have the shaving foam, and the foam is like 800 baht for a can. So I didn't buy it. I thought, it's too expensive for some shaving cream. Must be pretty damn good. But they had aftershave lotion, and they had cologne. And it was 690 baht. I go onto Shopee, it's 390 for each of them. So instead of paying 1,380, I paid 780. I saved 20 bucks by buying it on Shopee. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then what was the other thing I got off of Shopee? Oh, you know, the one negative about Thailand, and it's just a very small negative, is it's harder. It's getting harder and harder to find the stick deodorants. They always have the roll-on, and I don't like that. I just don't prefer it. I prefer the stick. So, the thing is that I can't find the stuff. So it was like, you know what? They gotta sell it on Shopee. So I look around, and I see Old Spice Pure Sport. And guess what? It's stick. I prefer Shopee. And so I go on to Shopee, I look around, I find the Pure Sport, and I thought, okay. So I get it. It's 199 baht. That's it, 200 baht. I get it. It smells fantastic. They delivered already. It smells fantastic. It's really good. I like it. And now they have two other brands that I want to get. Two other stick deodorants that they have. One of them, I think it's going to smell great, and another one, it's just, I think, the regular Old Spice. And I thought to myself, you know what? I think I'm going to buy these. 30 baht. 740 baht. I bought it for 199 baht. So sometimes buying on Shopee is where you need to buy. And I bought some protein bars. You don't save much on those, but you can't get the ones I want here. I bought some carabiners. Those are like you get like 5 big ones for like 60 baht. What else did I get? I got a collapsible bowl. I mean, that was like 48 baht. And I'm like, I couldn't find the damn thing here. So I'm like, All right, anyway, it's time to go. Just thought I'd say that. Tell you what's going on. So until next time, Scott, I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di, well, jerk and Muay, which is good luck and see you again. I will see you guys, I guess, on Thursday. All right? Take care.